worth the click. Let's go Bucks.
Beautiful day in Toronto, where the Bucks and Jays are ready to play ball. Pirates held on to win last night. In this game 2 of their 3-game series, they close out interleague play tomorrow night. Let's check out the Pirates lineup. And it's brought to you by Toyota moving forward. Alex Presley, Chase D'Arnaud, Garrett Jones. 1-2-3. Jones moves up in the lineup against the right-hander Morrow. McCutchen hits cleanup. Neil Walker bats 5th. Lyle Overbay in the 6th slot. Xavier Paul will play right field and hit 7th. Ronnie Cedeno, the shortstop, and Eric Fryer behind the plate tonight.
We'll take a look at Morrow's numbers on the season. He can be pretty dominating. Looking at his stat line, he can put up big strikeout numbers. Hard thrower. If he's on his game, he can make it extremely difficult for the offense.
Last time out, a no decision against the Cardinals 5 days ago in St. Louis. 7 innings, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 9 Redbirds. Check out his defense. Rivera, Davis, Thames in the outfield left to right. Bautista and Escobar on the left side. Hill and Lind on the right. And Jose Molina does the catching.
Last season, Morrow had the 17 strikeout game.
Yes. And a near no-hitter. Jose Bautista, his 2nd straight start at third base. And Alex Presley, his 2nd straight start in left field. Called up yesterday, replacing Jose Tabata on the DL. Well, actually, literally, Josh Harrison was recalled, but for all intents and purposes, Presley replaces him as the left fielder. Presley 2 hits, drove in 3 in his first big league home run, and it's ball 1. We're underway. Presley was hitting .336 at AAA Indy. One ball and 1 strike. Dan Iasonia calls the balls and strikes. Mike Estabrook, the first base umpire. Crew chief is Marty Foster. He's at second base. And Bill Welke at third. 1 ball, 1 strike. And fouled out of play. Presley got a shot in September of last year, was impressive. Was the Pirates minor league player of the year last season, combining at AA Altoona, AAA Indy. 2-2 count.
He probably would have been able to be on the team coming out of spring training this year, but the team is high on him. The organization's high on him. They want him to play every day. They didn't want him to come up and be a part-timer.
Oh, heat up and in, struck him out.
Take a look at the strike zone presented by Range Resources. You can see that the ball really cut hard in on Presley. Excellent bite. In, and then it looked like it actually broke down an inch or 2. Got right underneath the handle of the bat.
Now Chase D'Arnaud. Right there, 95. Strike 1. D'Arnaud 3 for 16. His first 4 major league ball games. Last night, 0 for 4. Did walk and steal a base. You could hear Dan Iasonia say ball inside. 1-1 on D'Arnaud, whose younger brother Travis plays minor league ball for these Blue Jays. Travis, a catcher, playing at AA New Hampshire.
There's that little cut ball that he struck out Presley with. This time he puts it around the outside corner.
Fly ball, right center. Rajay Davis, the former Bucko. 2 up and 2 down, a strikeout and a flyout against Brandon Morrow. And now we understand the right fielder, Garrett Jones. Matt Diaz will DH and hit 7th. This apparently happened just before the lineups were passed along to the umpires. Xavier Paul, a late scratch. So Jones now in right field. Diaz hits 7th and DHs. We'll get an update on Xavier Paul's condition. One ball, one strike.
Sure has been a tough season for the Pirates in one regard, and that's keeping people healthy. When you think about all the problems they've had with injuries and guys just not feeling well and things of that nature, the overall record's even more impressive.
Duct tape, chicken wire, what Clint Hurdle's been saying for a while. Hit, oh, nice play by Adam Lind, the first baseman. Robs Garrett Jones of extra bases. Pirates go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning as Adam Lind takes this potential double away from Garrett Jones, turns it into the final out of the first. Still no word on Xavier Paul. We'll find that out. Pass it along to you. Here is the Blue Jays starting lineup. Yunel Escobar, the shortstop. Eric Thames in right. Jose Bautista hits third. The cleanup man, first baseman Adam Lind. Their DH is Edwin Encarnacion. Aaron Hill is the second baseman with Juan Rivera in left. Jose Molina, veteran catcher, hits 8th, and Rajay Davis in center. Against Paul Mahalem, here is Yunel Escobar. 2 out of 5 last night. Hitting .278. Blue Jays are 12-8 when the opponent starts a lefty. Their overall record 39-41. One and one on Escobar.
This ballpark against that firepower they have, easy for a left-hander.
Broken bat, fly ball will drop. And Escobar going to go for 2. Here's the throw to second, and he should be out, and is.
Oh, easy.
McCutchen guns to second, and easy out as Neil Walker applies the tag.
Just laid back on it, making sure that going to have that ball bounce over his head. And then just put a nice one-hop throw in the second base. Escobar, he's making the call. The play's right in front of him.
Eric Thames fouls it out of play.
I admire the hustle, but
question the decision.
Yeah. No.
This is McCutchen's 8th outfield assist, which ties him with the Ryan Ludwig of the Padres for the most in the National League. Right there, great camera look.
Excellent, right down the middle. Beautiful throw. And as you said, great camera look.
2-1 on Thames. McCutchen now matching Ludwig of the Padres. You do see the occasional rainbow like we saw the other day on Sunday, actually, against Boston at PNC Park.
On the long throws.
Yep.
When he's thrown into second base, he has much more confidence, I think, in his arm. He seems to always be able to get that one hopper in there to second. But when he starts making the long throws over to third or home, that's when he lets him go way too high.
Mahalem over to cover, and they get Thames by a step. Overbay to Mahalem. So good to see nobody on with Jose Bautista coming to the plate. And look at that little Joey bat.
He's been preparing for this ball game for a while.
Yep. Obviously a fan favorite. Why not? Fourth in the league in hitting, tied for first in homers, tied for 8th with 52 RBIs. Shortly after he hit his 24th home run of the season.
See where his toes are when he gets set up to hit? He starts with his right foot right on the line and then brings the left foot right on it. He is all over the plate.
Shortly after he hit his 24th home run of the season last night, Mark Teixeira tied him for the league lead.
You have to pitch him inside.
2-0. Most walks in Major League Baseball. 66. Also leads the majors in on-base percentage. Slugging. Takes 3-0 from his former teammate. Three balls, no strikes on Bautista. 2 outs, nobody on in the first. And takes a strike. Tips to win from Rivers Casino. What do you have for us, Bob?
Well, he's got a continuous success against right-handers. That's what's transformed his season. It's been unbelievable. The difference between last year and this year. Saw a couple of big double plays in last night's game. I think that's a important factor in winning games here at this ballpark with the wind blowing the way it was.
And that third tip?
Well, we just saw that.
Pitch around him.
Yeah, pitch around Bautista. Now, you know, I kind of mean when there's runners in scoring position with 2 outs, nobody on. I mean, that's the time where you can take a shot at him. If he hits the ball out of the ballpark, big deal. It's a solo shot. But if he gets up there in a position where he can hurt you with a 3-run homer, be real careful. Of course, this guy, you know, he can hurt you also, but he is a left-hand hitter. Even though Paul has done well against right-handers, traditionally the lefties is the guys that he has owned his whole career. I'm sure he still feels more comfortable throwing against a left-hand hitter.
This will be an interesting battle. You know about Bautista, but yeah, Lind tied for 8th in the league with 16 homers. He's been on fire the last 3 weeks since coming off the disabled list. And he hits lefties about as well as he does righties.
Yeah, this might be the most important battle of the game all night long is Mahalam against Lind, because it doesn't look like they're going to throw anything to Bautista.
0-2 the count.
They didn't give him anything to hit with 2 outs, nobody on. Well, when are they going to pitch to him if they don't pitch to him then? So this will be the matchup.
Spent a couple of weeks on the DL with a lower back injury. And you see the splits. And grounded up the middle, a base hit. This will put runners at first and third. On an 0-2 pitch to Adam Lind. And let's check out the key matchup of the day from our friends at Day Automotive. Keep an eye on that key matchup of the day. Encarnacion.
Yeah, right now, and now this is a situation where you're a little nervous because you got somebody up there, and here you can get hurt.
We're going to make your day. Oh, runners at first and third. Encarnacion at the plate, the DH. 2 home runs last night. Takes ball 1. Eric Fryer's first start behind the plate with Mahalam on the hill. Fryer started on Sunday. His battery mate James McDonald. One ball, 1 strike, the count on the veteran Encarnacion.
I like the location on that last one. That's the big difference in his season over past years with a right-hander up there, able to throw one on the inside half the plate. Back in there again.
Yeah, that's what he said too. The difference is not just do I go in there once, but I'll go back in there, not just once for show.
See where the strike was right there on the inside half, elevated a little bit. Got to throw them off the plate in there for balls. They got to throw strikes in there. And the reason you have to throw strikes in there is because if every time you come in it's off the plate, then they don't care about that. But if you throw strikes in there, now they have to do something, make an adjustment.
Three and one. And in the air to right, Garrett Jones. That does it. The Toronto Blue Jays had 3 men on the bases. One was thrown out at second. Nothing after one. Andrew McCutchen will lead off. Glenn Hurdle's Buccos 2 games over 500. 21-18 on the road. McCutchen hit his 11th home run of the season in the 7th inning last night. He now has 40 RBIs on the year. One ball, one strike on Andrew McCutchen. Morrow has given up just 4 dingers.
That home run looked like just a little insurance, and it turned out we needed it.
Let's go downstairs to Lacey Collins, who has a report on Xavier Paul. Lacey?
Greg, just before the game, Xavier Paul was scratched, and that was for the tightness in his right hamstring. Now, he will be evaluated later on during the game and again tomorrow, but right now he is not available, and it happened just minutes before the game.
Well, that is pretty amazing, as we were just saying moments ago, Lacey, that this Pirates club just keeps suffering, seems like, a bunch of injuries, and yet they call upon somebody step in, and someone does more often than not.
Take a look at the strike zone percentage by Range Resources. You can see that ball just a little bit off the plate, but you got a guy that has a hard thrower like that. That's when you see players expand the strike zone a little. Even on a fastball, they'll chase. That was not a breaking pitch that looked like it was going to be a strike and then broke away.
Foul ball, and now ahead of Neil Walker, 0-2. Walker picked up RBI number 51 in the 4th inning last night. He's 1 hit. Batting average at .251 for the year. That is strikeout number 3 for Brandon Morrow.
Walker not happy with the strike 3 call. Looked like it was borderline. Just off the plate a little bit.
Lyle Overbay at the plate. Overbay struck out twice last night and had a base hit. A mixture of cheers and jeers for the former Blue Jay. Oh, and 2. Missed with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball just off the plate. 2-2. What is that, Bob? Is that a slider? 90?
Yes, I believe it is. Or, you know, some people would call it a cut fastball. I'd call that a real hard slider. The same pitch that he throws right there.
Pretty impressive. Brandon Morrow, who was a first-round pick of the Mariners 5 years ago, 5th overall by Seattle, then dealt to Toronto in December of 09 for Brandon League. A reliever, his first full year with Seattle. The Mariners started him a handful of games.
He was a closer, wasn't he, one time?
Saved 10 games for the Mariners. 2008. But when he got to Toronto,
closer stuff, I'll tell you that.
And had he not been limited to his innings pitched last year, he would have led the league in strikeouts per 9 innings. Whoa.
Not sure what that one was, Greg. I have no idea. You know, he's supposed to have a changeup. Maybe that was it. I haven't seen him throw one yet. Perhaps that was it. Whatever it was, it got stuck in his hand when it come out. Oh, man. Oh, then he follows up that last one with 97 at the knees on the corner.
Strikes out the side. He has punched out 4 of the first 6. Impressive, Brandon Morrow.
This is a heck of a pitch to follow up that other one with.
How about the second? Second baseman for Toronto. Strike 1 from Mahalam. 6, 7, 8 men in the lineup. One ball, one strike. Paul Mahalam makes his second career start against Toronto. 3 years ago at PNC Park, he suffered a 6-3. This actually won that ball game 6-3. Gave up 3 runs in 7 innings and beat Jesse Litch. Pirates' second trip into Toronto. Well, their first since 2003. They were swept in 3 games, but at PNC Park they took 2 of 3 from the Jays, including that Mahalam win. Right at the shortstop, Cedeno.
We'll take a look at the 3 strikeouts that Morrow had last inning. And watch the location, the strike zone. Off the plate a little bit. Off the plate a little bit. Down at the bottom. Off the plate quite a bit.
Really going to be tough. He's getting those calls, huh? McCutchen swinging. Walker and Overbay looking.
Well, let's just hope Paul gets those same pitches.
Juan Rivera hitting .248.
That's really what you want out of that umpire is consistency. Don't ever want to have to flip a coin all the time. If he's going to call that pitch that's a little wide, that's all right. The hitters will have to deal with that. Sometimes you'll have an umpire back there that got a little bit of a narrow plate, and that's what pitchers have to deal with. You just want to be the same for both clubs and the same throughout the game. So you don't have to make adjustments while you're on the fly.
Two and one. Oh, shot right off the third base bag into left field. A base hit for Rivera.
Bad luck. Look right down the line. See the bag. Darno might have had a shot at that. Going to be close.
Jose Molina. Sharply hit. Should be an easy 2.
Very easy.
5-4-3. Darno to Walker to Overbay. On to the third. Scoreless in Toronto. Tonight's starter had a no-hitter going on his way to this complete game. 17 strikeout performance. A no-hitter, 2 outs into the 9th. And that the only hit. Evan Longoria of the Tampa Bay Rays got the hit. And then the finish, the 17th strikeout for Brandon Morrow. A masterpiece. 1 hit. Shutout for this 26-year-old right-hander. Sixth pitcher in Blue Jays franchise history to lose a no-hit bid in the 9th. Diaz inserted very late into the lineup. Flies out to Rajai Davis.
They've had some pretty good pitching up here over the years.
Morrow's 13th appearance of the season. We mentioned had he not been shut down after his September 3rd start last year to limit his innings, he would have led the American League in strikeouts per 9 innings. One ball, 1 strike on Cedeno, hitting .478 over his last 8 games.
Well, that's a hard, sharp slider. Look at this ball. A hard bite right at the end. Great location, right on the corner. I'm going to throw that change up again.
Wait till it's 3-2. Roller to second, Aaron Hill. 2 up, 2 down. Morrow, look at his numbers. His first full year as a starter last season.
146 in a 3rd innings and 178 Ks.
His ERA a bit inflated because of the outing he had earlier this month against Boston. 4 1/3 innings, gave up 9 runs. Eric Fryer in the hole 0-2. Second major league start for Eric Fryer. Ball and 2 strikes on the 25-year-old native of Columbus, Ohio. And bounce to third, Bautista. And it's 9 up and 9 down for Brandon Morrow. Through 2.5 in Toronto. 0-0. 5 start against the Houston Astros. And you'll receive a Chuck Tanner floppy hat presented by Trib Total Media. Reversible hat featuring the number 7 star patch honoring the late Pirate skipper Chuck Tanner. For your tickets, go to Pirates.com as the Pirates return to PNC Park 4th of July on Monday following this road trip. Pirates.com. Strike 1 on Rajai Davis. And in the air on the infield, Lyle Overbay. Quick out for Mahalam. So he's been through the lineup once. He needs to be at his best tonight because obviously Brandon Morrow is very sharp.
Hey, Greg, we got some birthday wishes we have to pass along, don't we?
We do.
I think we do.
Got anybody in mind?
Turned 39 today.
No, come on.
Yep. The Rock, John Wayner.
How about that? Celebrating his birthday in Toronto.
Yeah.
Carrot Kid. No longer a kid, can we call him, huh?
No, he's not a kid now.
Escobar singled into center field, was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. And again into center. This time it'll be handled by McCutchen. A little slide at the end.
He got binoculars for his birthday. Oh, I got a new pair of binoculars.
Think he got those for his birthday?
Oh, I'm sure he did. Looked like he was looking in the bullpen.
Yeah, I don't know why. Mahalam's been outstanding.
I thought maybe somebody was warming up. I don't know where he was looking.
Mahala, he's better than that. Wayner's better than that to know that.
Yeah.
No reason to be looking at the bullpen. A little wave of Euclides Rojas. Oh, 0-2 on Eric Thames. Ground ball to second. They'll go 4-3, and that'll do it. On to the fourth inning we go. 0-0. Paul Mahalam against Brandon Morrow.
By Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks.
Fourth inning, time for the AT&T Mobility Trivia question for tonight as Alex Presley steps in. Prior to last night, who was the last Pirate to collect his first career RBI via a home run?
The guesses, Greg? Jason Bay, maybe?
Let me think now.
Greg, take a guess.
We're under a time restraint here?
Well,
What
yeah,
is
you
this?
gotta throw a name out there or something.
I will.
Okay.
It's going to be a long inning. Give me some time to think.
When you come to the ballpark, you're just not sure what you're going to see.
No, that's true, isn't it?
I mean, we had slugfest, 6 home runs last night's game, and now both these pitchers are mowing them down.
You're right.
Okay, we're on TV.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there we are.
The spy cam.
Yeah, they got us with the spy cam.
Well, they sure did. You have to be careful because you never know which camera might be on you at any time during the course of a baseball game. Whether you're on radio or TV, doesn't matter.
They wanted to show what you look like thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you thought of a name yet? I'm throwing Jason Bay out there. Throw a name out, will you? I like it.
Neil Walker. Nice little play there by Adam Lind again, and close play. Oh, the out call at first, very close.
Presley gets down that line very well. He's not going to take anything for granted.
Hurdle saw it differently. He has a fairly close angle there. First base dugout.
Maybe you can get him to ask the home plate umpire, see what he saw. He did that in Detroit the other night.
Yeah. Mike Estabrook called him out. Maybe he got his toe on there, huh?
Yep.
Just off the side of the bag.
It was there in time. If his toe is touching it, it beat him. Looked like he got it with the toe. Now, the reason I'm saying Bay is because the Canadian connection.
Oh, off the glove as Chase Darno. A nice play there by Escobar to get out there quickly and hold him to a single. What about Rajai Davis?
That's a good guess. Take a look again here. See, it's just a rocket down there that seems to get out off the heel of the glove.
How's that? Jose Bautista's a possibility too.
Oh, you were coming up with all. See, now that's why I wanted you
I
to
had
throw names
thinking.
out there.
I know. I was thinking. See if Darno and the Pirates don't think of stealing a bag here. Snap throw to first. Jose, like his brothers, liking to throw down that way. Yadier.
What a shock. A Molina throwing behind the runner.
And Benji.
The Molinas. It sounds like a trapeze company or something. Flying Molinas.
Yeah.
The throwing Molinas. Sonia really can call time with the best of. He has been loud tonight. We got a great crowd mic, maybe. You hear all of his calls, inside, outside. He's focused too. See his eyes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like the hitter.
Two-0 count. Darno stole 17 bases in 20 attempts at AAA. This season, opponents have swiped 10 bags in 12 attempts with Moreau on the hill.
Who's more focused? I like Jonesy looks more relaxed.
3-0 count.
Almost kind of giving a little squint as he's looking out the pitcher. A little intimidation look maybe from Jonesy. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Look at that one. Confidence.
Swinging and lining it right at second base, and a safe call at first. On the 3-0 pitch, lined it right at Hill.
Well, that was a great job by Darno getting back. I thought he was going to be out. How he made it back in time. Quick reaction that was. Guess he didn't make it back, did he?
Bucks might have gotten a call there.
Yeah. I thought that might be the case when I saw it in live action.
A broken bat bouncer to Bautista. On to first, and that retires the side. Chase Darno had the one-out single. That's it. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Pittsburgh nothing, Toronto nothing. All-Star Game voting deadline is coming up tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Make sure you go to Pirates.com. Vote as many as 25 times. Andrew McCutchen and Neil Walker certainly use your help. Again, help send them to the All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at pirates.com/vote. So log on to pirates.com, cast your ballot, do it now. Vote exclusively at pirates.com/vote. And Jose Bautista skies that one up to Chase d'Arnaud.
Ball's just not carrying tonight. Notice that. Nothing carrying him. They hit him straight up.
AT&T Mobility trivia question. Prior to Alex Presley last night, the last Pirate to collect his first career ribby via a home run, Ray Sadler. Wow. May of 2005 against the Giants, homered in his third and final big league game. I think he's a coach in this Blue Jays system for some reason.
That must be the connection, huh?
I bet you. One out, Adam Lind. Line drive. Off the glove, perhaps Garrett Jones. He extends that arm. Lind into second base with a one-out double. A line shot over Jones.
Well, that one would have carried if he'd have got underneath it at all. Centered that one up nice. The main reason the ball's not carrying tonight is if nobody is centering the ball up. Both pitchers are doing a good job staying away from the head of the bat though, right there. Or hanging breaking ball that got tattooed. Does it feel warmer here to you, Greg?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Popped up. There's Overbay. Out of foul territory. 2 outs. Encarnacion is retired. Lind at second with the double.
Number of outs made in the air so far. Mulholland this year different than any of his previous seasons, is he's actually getting more outs this year via the fly ball than the ground ball. That has never happened before for him. You look at every year he has been in the big leagues, he's always gotten the majority of his outs via the ground ball.
And why is that, do you think?
It has to do be something about the way he's changed his style of pitching against right-hand hitters. He's trying to elevate the ball, get it in on their hands, having success with that, and you're getting the fly outs, the pop-ups. 2 right-handers in this inning, Bautista and Encarnacion, to pop the ball up. 6 outs tonight in the air, 5 on the ground.
Falls behind Aaron Hill 3-0.
Off the plate a little bit. Got that call. Wide plate.
d'Arnaud gobbles it up. Throws to first. That does it for the Blue Jays through 4 innings. 0-0. Questions about the game, text the keyword booth followed by your question name to 412-412. We'll ask your question. Bob Walk might answer it a little bit later on. Remember, a message and data rates may apply. Some of the left field loonies led by none other than Ross Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan brought some of his crew up.
Yep. What is that, Greg? About a 5-hour drive up here?
Yep. ball, 1 strike. Pirates flew up from Pittsburgh, so quick flight.
Yeah, that was a real quick flight. Seems like we took off and landed.
2-1 on Walker. Struck out looking in the second. And 3-1. Morrow fell behind Jones 3-0. And Jones given the green light. Hit a laser right at Aaron Hill. Pitch walk.
A little momentum shift has happened, Greg. And Morrow was very dominant, but Paul was right there with him and putting up all those zeros, and now you can feel that things are a little bit different. Even though the Blue Jays, especially dominated while they were in the field those first 3 innings. We didn't sniff any base runner. But now it's changed a little bit. Get through the lineup the second time. We're not seeing any swings at bad pitches.
Overbay looks down at Nick Leyva, Pirates third base coach.
An inning ago, you're thinking, well, this might not be good, but now, as always, the Pirates looks like they're going to find a way to get another W.
One ball, 1 strike on the former Blue Jay.
Might have been that changeup. Might have been. Still 87, though.
Overbay hitting only .221 this month of June. Last year hit 20 homers, drove in 67 for the Blue Jays, his 5th and final year, while hitting .243. Evens the count on Overbay. One of his highlights last season was for the very end of the year, a walk-off home run here against the Baltimore Orioles. September 25th, second career walk-off of his career. Actually good to see that, because there was some concern for a while. The end of August, he was involved in a collision with one of the Blue Jays pitchers during a ball game. He missed almost a week with concussion-like symptoms. And it really took a while for him into September to start feeling right again. He said he was struggling to concentrate, wasn't able to focus. 3-2 the count on Overbay, with Walker on at first, no one out. And there goes the runner, and it's a base hit for Lyle Overbay. Neil Walker will motor to third. It's 1st and 3rd for the Pirates, and nobody out against Brandon Morrow here in the 5th.
Hit a bullet right through that hole. A fastball right down the middle. Second time through. Now they've seen that little tight slider. They know he's throwing hard. They got to get the bat going a little bit quicker. Hitters have made an adjustment. Walker looking over his shoulder on the break, not trying to steal the bag, just moving to stay out of a double play. He knew exactly where that ball was. It was hit on the ground behind him, out in right field.
See how John Farrell and the Blue Jays play this with Matt Diaz coming up. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Nobody out in a scoreless game. Batista right now even with the bag at third. Middle infield looks for a double play ball.
You have to go for a double play here, I would think. They would gladly trade a run for 2 outs and have nobody on base.
Diaz inserted into the lineup very late as Xavier Paul was scratched with tightness in the right hamstring. Walker, a leadoff free pass. Overbay single to right on the 3-2 pitch with the runner going. Count 0-2. Check out Barrel Automotive League leaders. 1-run games among National League clubs. The Pirates right behind San Francisco in terms of winning percentage in 1-run games, 13-7. Barrel Automotive, definitely worth the click. 0-2 on Diaz. Cedeno on deck. Well, the block by Molina.
You see those 1-run games, it goes right to that pitching, especially the bullpen. A strong bullpen, you're going to win a lot of those close ones. The blocking Molinas.
One-two count. Just gets a piece. Stays 1-2 on Diaz. Morrow, his splits home and road as John Farrell looks on. 3-0 at 2.19 ERA away from Rogers Center this year. Here at home, he's 0-4 with an 8.13 earned run average. Two and two. That's almost the exact opposite of last season. He was 8-1 at home with a 2.74 ERA. On the road, 2-6, an ERA of 6.70. Two and two. And a chopper off the plate. Batista heads to the plate. And Darno is out. Walker is out as he stuck right there on the slide.
Well, that was a nice play by Batista. You know, if this is a normal ground ball, he's going to go ahead and go for the double play. But because he had to come in on the chopper, he came home and tried to go for the lead run. And you're right, he was stuck in the ground. Didn't slide at all, got that cleat caught.
I mean, the way things are going for these Pirates, the first thing you look at is to see that Walker gets up and is okay. Jose Batista.
Very awkward looking there. Could have been bad. Easily could have twisted his knee as that front cleat got in the ground.
Well, Cedeno big at bat here with Overbay at second, Diaz at first. And a 1-ball 1-strike count on the Pirates shortstop. He's driven in 21 on the year, hitting .255 with men in scoring position. And Molina wants to talk to him. Speaking of injuries, AGH Sports Medicine injury update. Pedro Alvarez still on the disabled list with the right quad tightness. Started a rehab with Florida State League Bradenton Marauders last night. 1 for 2, single run scored. Could return after the All-Star break. And a base hit to center field for Cedeno. Leyva waves home the runner. Here's the cutoff, and they will have Diaz caught between second and third, and now Cedeno going to try and get into second. He will. He'll get the RBI, and a 1-0 Pirates lead as Overbay scores.
A nice job of hitting by Cedeno, and then a nice job of getting himself into scoring position. got around first base, kept his head up, realized what was going on. He knows that Diaz has hung out to dry. Good decision by Lynn too. You know, they didn't have a play at the plate. They cut the ball and went after Diaz, make sure he could at least get it out. And Cedeno in scoring position now. That kind of minimizes the damage. Still get another run home with a base hit.
Cedeno's 26 RBI. He's watching.
Now, right here, he makes the right decision. It doesn't make any difference of whether Diaz is going to get out of the rundown or not. That's why he didn't go right away, because he wanted to give Diaz a place to come back to if he was going to shake loose. But then, you know, it comes to a point where no, he's not going to get loose, and I better get myself over to second base, because that would really be a big no-no if he lets Diaz get tagged and he's still standing at first. He's better off just going ahead, go to second base, and force Diaz into the tag. He wasn't going to get loose anyway.
Cedeno, who gets the RBI last night, looked like a bit of confusion on an 8th inning play where he was caught stealing. We talked to Clint Hurdle before the game about that, and he said it was a disconnect. They have changed the signs with Nick Leyva, the former third base coach here in Toronto. First base coach Luis Silverio said something to Cedeno. Cedeno didn't hear it correctly.
There was obviously a miscommunication, and there's been a few times with Ronnie that has happened this year.
Eric Fryer gets this one toward the seats.
Earlier in the game, it looked like Ronnie bunted on a hit and run.
Eric Fryer, boy, he has persevered. Hasn't given up the fight, despite the fact that everywhere he's gone, he's been behind some top prospects. In Milwaukee, it was Jonathan LaCroix. In New York, Jesus Montero and Austin Romine. And in Pittsburgh, Tony Sanchez. The rash of injuries to the Pirates creating the opportunity for Eric Fryer, who started this season at AA Altoona, essentially backing up Tony Sanchez. When Ryan Domit went on the DL, Rusty Brown was called up. They needed somebody quickly at AAA Indy. They called up Fryer. And he down on strikes, and Pirates get the lead. A long inning for Brandon Morrow. Ronnie Cedeno gives the Bucks a 1-0 advantage.
Came back with Cito, his second go around, and great organization. It really is. They do things in the right way. It's too bad that they don't draw the crowds that we used to in the 90s. I mean, Lacey, we could count on 50,511 every single night, and you know, but we were winning. Hopefully, if they ever get to the point where they're winning again, that the fan base will come back, because it really is a very good baseball city.
Nick Leyva talking before the game with Lacey Collins, former third base coach and a bench coach with the Toronto Blue Jays, now with the Bucks. Cito Gaston called it quits after last season. John Farrell was hired. They brought in Don Wakamatsu as the bench coach, and so that made Nick Leyva available, and the Pirates signed him. Good baseball man. Fly ball to right. Jones. One away. Let's go back downstairs to Lacey Collins with more on Nick Leyva.
Talking to Nick Leyva, you know, we spoke with Joe Carter last night. Leyva was the third base coach when Carter hit that home run, and he said when he was rounding third, all he could think about was jumping on his back and being able to celebrate like kids. Now, when I asked him about that night and if he had any memorabilia. He says he still has the jersey he wore with the World Series emblem, and of course the hat, which still smells like the sweat and champagne, like it was 1993, celebrated here in Toronto.
Thank you, Lacey. What a moment for Nick Leyva and this Blue Jays franchise. Back-to-back World Series championships. 92 and 93, the Carter walk-off. Molina fly ball, center field, McCutchen. 2 outs.
A couple more balls hit in the air tonight, but nothing on them. Paul able to take the sting out of the bat so far.
A couple lazy fly ball outs brings up Rajai Davis. Nick Leyva again. Watch the third base coach greet Joe Carter. What a feeling.
Yep, that's doesn't happen very often where a World Series ends like that, does it? With a home run.
Leyva was actually called up. He was the manager at AAA Syracuse that summer. And at the All-Star break, an injury to Rich Hacker. He was involved. Hacker was involved in a really serious car accident at his home in St. Louis over the All-Star break. So following the break, they needed someone to fill Rich Hacker's role as third base coach, and Leyva had been managing the top farm club of the Blue Jays in Syracuse. And he said what made that even more special was that home run came just 2 years after Leyva was let go as manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. The Joe Carter home run beating the Phillies.
A little revenge.
Line drive. Rajai Davis spanks that ball to the wall and left. He'll have a pair.
He can run. You're not going to stop him from getting a double when that ball gets to the fence.
Rajai Davis, the man the Pirates traded for Matt Morris. Doubles to left.
See where the ball was, just a hanging breaking pitch. Davis able to jump on top of it. 2-out double.
Davis traded over from Oakland over the winter. Former 38th round pick of the Pirates. Yunel Escobar. A man on in scoring position, 2 outs. Strike 1.
How high was it?
A high strike, but a strike.
Right at the top. Escobar asking about it.
One ball, one strike.
Ball going inside again on a right-hander. Up, elevating it. Like a slider. He tried to cut in on the hands.
One and two.
Now that's where he used to live on right-hand hitters. Everything always away, away, away. But he discovered the other side of the plate this season.
Two and two the count. Xavier Paul back out in the dugout talking to first base coach Luis Silverio.
He's ready to play. He has his wrist taped up.
Scratched before the game. Tightness to the right hamstring.
Maybe still use him as a pinch hitter, perhaps, something like that. Because he wouldn't have his wrist taped up if he wasn't able to do something.
Josh Harrison next to Xavier Paul. And And now it's 3-2 on Escobar. Left-hand hitter Eric Thames on deck. And bounce towards short. Cedeno on to first, and here's Paul Mahalem rolling along again. 5 zeros across for the Bucco left-hander. 1-0 Pittsburgh in Toronto.
Watch this base hit, and I mean base hit. Right on top of third, jumped it way high in the air. And Rivera is on. That's Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Coors Light, world's most refreshing beer.
Alex Presley leads off, the 6th for the Buccos, who lead 1-0. Presley has struck out and grounded out against Brandon Morrow. One ball, one strike. Presley, d'Arnaud, and Jones. Two balls and a strike on Presley.
Nice to get Presley on with his speed, start this inning.
Morrow, who walked Walker to start the 5th, has fallen behind 3-1. Lead off free pass.
Beautiful thing.
One of the things the Pirates asked Presley to work on when he went down to AAA. Use those legs, work on the stolen bases. He swiped 18. And was caught just 4 times at AAA Indianapolis. Bench coach Jeff Bannister with Clint Hurdle. $15,632 the paid attendance tonight for game 2 of the series. Bucks try to make it 2 in a row over the Jays. After snapping a 13-game road losing streak against American League clubs last night, d'Arnaud bunts it foul. Nissan Road ahead tomorrow night, concluding interleague play for another year, and then back to the good old National League. Friday night in Washington, and then a doubleheader on Saturday. Radio only game on game 1. The nightcap scheduled for 7 o'clock Sunday at 1 here on Root Sports.
Amazing how things work out. Right? You know, back to the National League, we play the Nationals. It's their league. Time machine action. David Johnson again.
An 0-2 count as the bunt was off. 0-2 now on d'Arnaud.
A couple of oldies in the National League East now. Trader Jack down in Florida. Davey Johnson.
'80-year-old Jack McKeon and 67-year-old Davey Johnson. 0-2 on d'Arnaud with Presley aboard at first. No one out. A strikeout.
Well, tried to get him bunted over there. Presley bunted over there. Couldn't do it. Now it'll be time maybe Alex try and get himself over there. A strikeout. Talking about how he worked on the steals this year and was very successful at AAA level. Not a real big lead. Still I've got both feet on the dirt.
Brewers and Yankees are tied at 1 there in the 4th inning.
In the old days when most of the National League was an artificial surface, you check those leads and see if that runner could get out on the turf at least 1 foot.
Ties up Garrett Jones. Jones 0 for 2.
Sure is effective running that cutter in on the left. Backdoor slider. Got to be two different pitches, Greg. The one of them is almost always 4 or 5 mile an hour slower. That'd be just a cut fastball and a slider.
Well, after the walk, back-to-back Ks of d'Arnaud and Garrett Jones. 7 punch-outs for Morrow.
Got to run now.
Root Sports wants to show our appreciation to Pirates fans by giving you and a guest the opportunity to participate in an exclusive batting cage practice at PNC Park, followed by lunch in the clubhouse. Just text the keyword All-Star to 412-412 for your chance to win. Message and data rates may apply. McCutchen has struck out and grounded to third. There goes Presley. Pitch taken for a ball. The throw is there. Safe. Alex Presley, the stolen base.
As always, nothing wrong with the Molina throw. Looked like it was right on the money. Must have just missed him.
Didn't seem to be a big argument. Molina calls time now. 1-0 the count.
The throw was just dead perfect right there. It beat him. Looked like Presley maybe went to the back corner of the bag than the outfield side. There's just no tag.
Save call at second from Marty Foster.
Yeah, that last view, I was looking at it, I was watching the umpire, and look, I see him shake his head, and he's saying you didn't tag him.
A little bit of a short hop, Bob.
I think it made the glove on the fly, but he just didn't tag him. With a great slide to the back corner.
Going back to what you said, because as you've pointed out over the past, on those balls in the dirt, if it did short hop, well, you're bringing that glove up just a tad. Aaron Hill, second baseman, taking the throw from Molina. And now 3-1 on McCutchen. He was struck out and grounded out last night. 1 for 5. That one hit a home run. And he walked him. 2 on, 2 out. Third walk for the Blue Jays starter. 2 this inning, and the leadoff man last inning, Neil Walker, comes to the plate after having drawn a free pass. Escobar over there to converse with Morrow. You look at the pitch count at 93.
Gone over 100 several times this year.
107, his season high.
thrown a lot of pitches these last 2 innings. Well, he doesn't pause much, does he, when he goes that stretch? Certain umpires clip you for that one, a balk call. He just kind of bounces off. These are the situations that Walker excels in. 2 outs, runners in scoring position.
It's such an interesting stat because his overall numbers with men in scoring position, 247, almost 100 points higher with 2 outs and men in scoring position as he chases upstairs. Presley and McCutchen the runners. .51 runs batted in to lead all Major League second basemen in the RBI department.
Paul has put up a lot of zeros tonight. Struck anybody out yet? Don't care much about that right now.
Morrow has struck out 7. Ahead of Neil Walker, 1 and 2. Do it again. Molene's going to talk to him. Yankees have scored 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning and lead the Brewers 4-1.
Molina, he thinks he knows how to strike him out. He went out there, explained what he wants. Morrow nodding yes. And he understood. Curious what it is Molina wants to do here. I think he wants to go fastball up. Let's see. Oh, no sign.
And gets away. That'll move one man up, but McCutchen does not move. Presley takes off for third. McCutchen holds at first.
Well, I don't think he called for this one when he went out there. Said, he said, bounce one about 10 feet in front of me.
Two and two. Now Presley at third. Strikes out Walker to end the inning. 8 Ks for Morrow. 1-0 Pirates. It's AA affiliate, the Altoona Curve third baseman Jeremy Farrell, second baseman Brock Holt, lefty Jeff Locke, outfielder Starling Marte, and right-hander Aaron Probanik all received the nod today. Jeremy Farrell, by the way, you see currently hitting .285, the son of the Blue Jays skipper John Farrell. Happy to hear the news. A big inning here for Paul Mahalem and the Pirates. John Farrell, first-year skipper of the Blue Jays. Eric Thames with Bautista on deck, then Adam Lind. Drilled to left center field. And off the wall and over for a home run to tie it at 1. First for Eric Thames.
It's a tough ballpark to not have any room for error in. Very cozy dimensions. And, Not sure it's really carrying like it did last night. Hard to tell. Nobody's really hit anything out there, but it'll be a tough place to twirl a shutout in.
First career home run for Eric Thames. And pretty significant when you consider Mahalam rarely gives up homers to left-handed batters. Bautista drills it to left. And safe. Able to get that hand around the Walker tag.
And it went into the backside. A great job by Presley getting that ball in. Nice one hop throw. But Bautista, he knew it was going to be close. He knew the ball actually was going to probably beat him. So instead of going straight to the bag, he went in the backside. Boy, it looked like Walker made a good tag on him too. Just a little late. Walker got the glove out there to the backside, but just didn't get there in time. You know, Walker, he plays behind him. He doesn't know where he's going to have to turn and put that tag down.
Adam Lynn 2 for 2. A home run and a double to start the 6th. Tie game.
Two balls in a row, centered up pretty well. Ball's been staying out of the big part of the bat pretty much all night till now.
Here's the home run to Eric Thames, his first big league dinger.
As you said, Greg, very rare to see a lefty take the ball out of the yard.
The first home run off a left-handed hitter this season. And last year he gave up a total of 3 to left-hand hitters. Actually 2 to Carlos Gonzalez and 1 to Jay Bruce. That's how rare it is for a lefty to homer off Paul Mahalam. First left-handed hitting home run since July 29th of last year. 1-2 on Lynn.
Trying to pull the ball, see if he can get Bautista to third base. If he makes him out. Even though that, you know, they're built for the 3-run home run, they still have to play the game the right way, move runners over when they get a chance.
Popped up on the left side. Cedeno should be easy. 1 out.
Unproductive out. Did not get the runner over. And now Encarnacion will have to deal with a base hit. Pirates would have probably been forced to move the infield in that situation also if he would have got the runner to third base.
Two-0 count on the DH.
Outfield very deep. Especially Garrett Jones in right field. Way out there. Man, it's as deep as that Garrett will play on a left-hand pull hitter. Sure that Paul knows the history, but Encarnacion, you would think you'd be very careful here. If you walked him, maybe induce Hill into hitting a ground ball, but he does get Encarnacion.
Wow, d'Arnaud throws to second, and they get the out. Not just looking Bautista back, but throwing to second and getting Jose Bautista.
It seems like it's always such that automatic play. You just look over there and throw to first. Look over there and throw to first, but d'Arnaud, taking nothing for granted, looks him back and decides, hey, I think I can get him. Well,
or did he get him?
That was a close play.
Bautista might have gotten back, but the out call tells you something about the confidence of Chase d'Arnaud playing in his 5th major league game.
Good thing he got the out call.
Yeah. Does not lack in confidence, that's for sure.
This would be a mess right now.
And grounded. Oh, how about that? After the play d'Arnaud makes to get the out at second, he lets the ball go under his glove for an error. Aaron Hill reaches on the d'Arnaud error. Had a miscue last night.
There's no bad hops either on this artificial surface.
d'Arnaud played mostly short, Pirates minor league system, and second, but played a lot of third base at Pepperdine.
This is a lot faster surface than he's used to. Of course, being at third, the ball's going to get on him a lot quicker than he's used to, even if it was natural grass.
Juan Rivera has singled and flied to right. 2 on, 2 out. Octavio Dotel in the bullpen for Toronto. Encarnacion and Hill, the runners. A pop up on the infield. Walker and call off Overbay and make the catch. Leadoff home run for Eric Thames, his first major league dinger. He's tied things up at 1. July the 9th after the Pirates and Cubs 7:05 game. Don't miss this classic American rock band performing all their hits. Zambelli fireworks will light up the sky. Tickets going fast. Go to pirates.com. 38 special in concert Saturday night, July the 9th. That will be a great show. Lyle Overbay singled in the 5th. He scored on the Cedeno single. Morrow over the 100 pitch mark now. 102, as we mentioned, his season high 107 pitches thrown. And we usually do mention the pitch counts. They become so important these days, but especially for a guy like Morrow, who was limited in his innings last year as he made the transition from reliever to starter. John Farrell, longtime pitching coach, will certainly not take any risks with Morrow. Two count on Overbay. Nine Ks for Brandon Morrow.
Right there, perfect pitch.
Morrow's season high punch-out total, 10. His first start of the year against Tampa Bay. We mentioned earlier his strikeout performance last year, the near no-hitter. August the 8th against Tampa Bay, punching out 17. Roger Clemens, the all-time record for Toronto, 18 strikeouts in 1998. Remains 0-2 on Diaz. First time up, he flied out to center. Last time up, he bounced to third. And that is 10.
It didn't look like he's getting tired. You know, I've always wondered, Greg, about the pitch count. Like, what's the magic number, and how did it come about?
It seems to me the last couple of years the magic number has become 100.
But why?
Don't know.
Just because it's like
Just
a nice round
yeah,
number?
Yep. Doesn't it seem that way to you?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Cedeno, the RBI single in the 5th. Blue Jays have out-hit the Pirates 7-3, tied at 1 in the 7th.
Started thinking about that early in the inning when you were talking about how the Blue Jays don't want to take any risk with Morrow. You know, what's a risk? You know, the Nationals didn't take any risk with their big right-hander. Yeah, and he's out probably 2 years. There was no risk at all. Pitch count was ridiculously low, and it couldn't even get through one season without having Tommy John surgery.
We've had this discussion so long. So like, every team protects like crazy all their pitchers.
But you can't.
No.
You can't do it.
Bouncing ball headed up the middle, but the shortstop there, and Escobar apparently can't get a handle on it. So no throw, an infield hit perhaps for Cedeno.
Yeah, the best way to see if the pitcher is getting tired is, you know, what Clint said early on in spring training. That
the bats tell you, right?
Yeah, you watch the hitters. They'll tell you if you're getting tired or not. They're going to get a lot better swings, or your pitcher's going to start getting wild. There'll be some kind of red flag come up that'll tell you, and you never even have to look at the clicker.
Cedeno, no throw over at first, but the head first dive. Now Eric Fryer struck out his last time up.
Craig, could you imagine right now going down there tomorrow and running somewhere as fast as you can and then just diving out on the dirt?
No.
Head first?
Nope. Pop up to right. Eric Thames makes the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1.
Presley last night stepping in, hitting the home run. You know, that's what it's all about. And the regular players, it's not as big a deal who you have out on the field when you're getting starting pitching like the Pirates have for most of the season. You know, that's always the key. We talk about this all the time. You've got to go as far as your starting pitchers take you. And that's true with us. So the impact of our regular players is minimized, whether they're young, old, in between, or whatever, because the starters are doing so well. And you know, for the last, there's been for years, I think we're guilty of using, well, we're young as an excuse that we shouldn't have used. Because it's, young guys can play good baseball just like older guys can. Just because you're young doesn't mean you don't know how to play the game, or you can't. And these guys are playing it the right way most of the time. You know, they're still going to make their mistakes. But you see older veteran players make mistakes. You know, Batista, he's an older guy now. He's been here for quite a while. One of the stars of the league. What was he doing so far off second base on that ground ball to third?
Yep.
To allow himself to get picked off by Darno. The age doesn't seem to have any correlation to whether you play the game right or not. At least not anymore.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Jose Molina has hit into a double play and fly to center.
You know, we call some of these guys kids. Well, the youngest guy in the league is still a man. There are no kids at this level.
Should be easy for Walker. By the way, we will go back to our tradition. We started here on Root Sports of showing you the Take Me Out to the Ball Game great baseball tradition when we go back to Washington. But here in Toronto, they play the Blue Jays fight song for most of the middle of the 7th. There's Rajai Davis. He's popped up and doubled.
So we're not going to participate in the fight song. Not going to throw it up there. Not going to show it.
No 1 on Davis. Paul Mahalam has given up the 1 run on 7 hits.
It's a fight song they have? Is that what it is?
Line foul.
Fight on, Blue Jays.
Let's go, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
Wow.
Long time tradition. Goes back to the exhibition games. Exhibition stadium games. Old exhibition stadium where they played ball here in Toronto from 1977 to 1989. It was during that year they moved into Sky Dome, now known as Rogers Center. Now 3-2 on Rajai Davis.
Just
much
as
nicer conditions here.
A blue jay is like a fighting bird. It's, you know, not like they're hawks or eagles or something like that.
We've talked about that before. You know, the Blue Jays can be mean.
Yeah, they can be mean. They rule the bird feeder in the backyard.
Yeah,
but
well,
that
that's the whole
doesn't mean
point.
they should have a fight song.
To the gap in left center field. Rajai Davis will have a 1-out double.
And with him, that's a good thing it bounced over the fence, because he can fly. He was looking at third base. Got out away from him. He got some arm extension and drove it into the gap. About a step and a half out of the batter's box, it looked like he'd made his mind up. He was going for 3. It's not an easy ballpark to get a triple in. It's symmetrical like it is. Very shallow gaps.
Ground ball and past Cedeno. Davis went back, but he's going to now be able to score. And the throw will come to second base. And a double to give Toronto a 2-1 lead.
And Escobar, he went in very, very hard at second base. He's just laying there right now. I'm going to check on him. But Davis, very conservative going back to second base with his speed. There you see the hard slide by Escobar. What are they looking at out there? Right arm.
Looks like it's going to be all right.
Yeah, it's not him to leave. Watch his right arm. See if we can see what happened. Maybe where he slammed the ground.
Checking the right shoulder. Ray Searage checking on Paul Maholm. Paul Maholm, who was the Pirates' first-round pick in the 2003 draft out of Mississippi State. He has been a workhorse since he came onto the scene in 2005.
Well, he never seems to miss any starts, anything. He just always takes the ball. And that doesn't mean he's always feeling real good either. Paul's one of those pitchers that takes pride in the fact that he'll go out there feeling well less than 100% sometimes, just to gut it out, see if he can give you 5 or 6 innings. His best to protect the bullpen. Done that over the years.
Thames homered off of him last time, and play made by Overbay in a hustle and get there. Thames dives head first.
Watch again. I think Thames probably went in head first because he didn't want to get any kind of a collision with Overbay trying to run through the bag. Overbay is quite a bit bigger than he is. I'd have to bring a tow truck out to get me off the ground if I dove into something.
Obvious move here to walk Bautista intentionally. And Daniel Moskos and Tim Wood loosen. Fans obviously don't like it to see their man walked intentionally. Jason Frazier loosens in the Blue Jays pen. The intentional walk to Joey Bats. We pinned that name on him a few years ago, and now known nationally as Joey Bats. And want to make sure we give credit where credit is due. Our buddy Rick Saflinsky, Lexus Club, came up to us one day in the press box a few years ago and said, "How about Joey Bats?" And boy, what a job he has done, Bautista, especially in the last 2 years. Adam Lind, 2 for 3. Maholm might be looking at his last man here. And 0-2 on him. Escobar at third, Batista at first. 2-1 Jays.
We talked about this matchup very early in the ball game.
Oh, he got him. A big K indeed. Rajai Davis, the one-out double. Escobar followed with a double. Now Toronto leads it by 1. Paul Mahalam.
Well, we got to get a fight song. It worked for them.
2-1 Toronto leads.
You're not going to hum with me?
I think you should do this solo.
All right.
Go ahead. Take it away.
Okay, that'll work. I needed you to give me some help on the humming, Greg. It takes 2 to really get it going. And I don't know if the fight song was powerful enough now.
I'd say it was not. Jason Frazier takes over. His 446th appearance, matching him with the Tom Henke, second on the all-time list behind Dwayne Ward.
Only need 1 run here.
Morrow gives up 1 run, 4 hits, strikes out 10. Time to check out the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. Alex Presley, second at bat last night, his first major league home run. Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Maybe the Coors Light music could be our fight song.
One ball, 2 strikes. Well, you wanted the fight song, so we played the Pirate theme music there.
I like it. It's going to get us maybe 3 or 4 runs.
Okay. Everybody shout, "Let's go Bucks," is the end of that song, that little ditty. 2-2 the count. Presley walked, stole a base in the 6th. Down 1 in the 8th inning. For a leadoff base runner.
That usually works better than a fight song.
Yeah. Still 3-2. We're getting tweets about the fight song. Trailer's getting them now. Possible fight songs.
Adopt one just to play for innings where we really need a rally. Kind of the television version of the rally cap.
Toward left, Rivera. And out number 1. Brings up Chase Darno. He's 1 for 3. One of the 4 hits against Morrow, who walked 3, struck out 10 in his 7 innings. Darno lays off. A 2-0 count. 4 hits in 19 major league at bats.
Getting a pretty good look at third base.
And now ball 3.
I would imagine he'll continue to the All-Star break until Pedro gets back, depending on how his rehab goes.
Darno, who was named to the Futures game, part of All-Star Week festivities, instead will be with the Pirates. And here we go. The rally has started.
Yeah, that's right.
Cross the bridge through the gate. I'm reading the words to the song here, Bob. Do you want to sing it along with us?
I don't have my glasses. I can't read.
Here.
I don't have my glasses.
Oh.
You had yours on. You read.
Well, with every slide, there will be Pittsburgh pride at the old ball game. Every shout, let's go Bucks. Cross the bridge through the gate to the field of green. Young and old stories told from your childhood dream. Pops, Wagner, Trainer Maz, heroes yet to be named.
That's a much better song than they were playing earlier for the fancy fancy crows. That's what Blue Jays are anyway, aren't they? Just fancy looking crows.
Clap along to the rhythm of a Bucko song.
That's right.
2 aboard, full count with nobody out. Stop your feet, line drive, everybody shout. Like that?
Root for our home team.
Yeah.
That's the way it ends. I like that. It fits
In this case,
perfection.
our road team tonight. Garrett Jones.
Doesn't matter where they're playing, they're our home team. The Berg.
Bounce toward first. Lynn throws to second. And back to first. A near double play. Boy, the reaction from Jason Frazier is unbelievable.
You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, he almost
he did a
took his
backflip.
back out. Watch this.
Watch the pitcher.
Watch Frazier here. What is that?
Man.
Wow.
I mean, did he really think he was going to get this call?
Apparently he did.
Yeah, apparently he did.
Jeez.
That is pretty amazing.
McCutcheon now with Jones at first, 2 outs.
I think we need a home run, Greg. I know we need one. No win tonight, though, is it?
Certainly not like last night.
But again, there has been no balls hit decent to the outfield. Both starting pitchers really did a great job tonight. Very little action. It seems like everything was a very weakly hit, pop fly, jam shots off the end of the bat.
Frazier has given up 4 homers in 32 innings.
No action on the banners. Last night they were flopping around all over the place up there. I don't know what that means. You know, this is one of those weird stadiums where the wind is hard to figure out. This is one of 6 home runs to be hit last night.
Hit that one in the 7th inning.
The winds, when they come in here, they create little eddies and swirls. And if you have a flag way up high on top of the stadium, that really doesn't tell you a whole lot of what might be happening down on the field. I would imagine if any wind was coming in from what I'm thinking would be the north, that massive clamshell thing would block it, and there would be, almost like a vacuum effect, that the wind would actually push back underneath that thing and move the balls out toward the fence. And that might have been what was happening last night, and that might have been why those banners were flopping around most of the evening.
Stays 2-2 on McCutchen.
If I can get another shot at that ball. It was out away from him just a little bit so he could get some extension on it. Watch this fastball. Just right down the middle, about bell high.
Jones started to go, then stumbled and is out. Garrett Jones started to go, stumbled, put on the brakes, tried to get back, and is thrown out at first. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-1 Toronto. McCutchen coming in. Leadoff batter Yunel Escobar in the bottom of the 1st inning tries to stretch it into a double. Thrown out as Neil Walker applies the tag. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Tim Wood takes over for Paul Mahalem on the hook, despite giving up just the 2 runs. Scattered 9 hits. Francisco, one of 3 available closers for John Farrell. He'll use Francisco or John Roush or Octavio Dotel. Cedeno on to first, 1 up and 1 down.
Sure, yeah, a bullpen in the league. You have pink backpacks in it.
That doesn't have pink.
Yeah. All over the place nowadays. Saw a couple sitting in the Blue Jay bullpen.
The rookies have to take those out, huh?
I guess. Like for what, a couple months?
I don't know.
I thought it was like
what
a one
kind
day.
of hazing did you guys do?
No,
back? No? Come on. Nothing.
No, nothing. We're very
just let the rookies kind of.
No, we didn't make them
slip in there and not be noticed or anything, huh?
Well, they had to like go bring the pizza out, stuff like that. We'll buy us some hot dogs, sneak them in here.
Waiting for Adam Elmore to come up with some video of rookie bullpen guys taking stuff out.
No, there wasn't. No, not back then. Don't do that. We're going to have backpacks back then.
Oh. Popped up. Center field McCutchen. Aaron Hill retired. Bucks take on the Cubs on Friday, July the 8th at 7:05. A free shirt Friday. All fans through the gates get a Pirates t-shirt courtesy of Duquesne Light. Visit pirates.com/free shirt Friday. featuring Jose Tabata. Friday, July the 8th. Corey Patterson bats for Juan Rivera. Pops up this pitch in foul territory. D'Arnaud is there. The Pirates have one more shot. We go to the 9th as Tim Wood pitches a 1-2-3 8th inning. Andrew McCutchen will lead off the 9th. He's lead the Brewers 5-2 top of the 8th inning. Cardinals winners over the Orioles going into the bottom of the 9th. Giants and Cubs are scoreless in the 7th at Wrigley. Rangers lead the Astros 3-0 in Houston. In the final, the Twins blank the Dodgers 1-0. Padres beat the Royals in San Diego. Braves out west over the Mariners 5-3. Indians beat the Diamondbacks in Phoenix. Angels shut out the Nationals out in Anaheim. Mets are leading the Tigers, trying to make it 2 straight. Phillies over the Red Sox. The White Sox early on leading the Rockies. And tonight, Athletics host the Marlins. Cincinnati beat Tampa Bay 4-3 today. So if the Pirates do not rally, the Bucs will fall back to a 4th place. A half game back of the Reds. Frank Francisco looks for his 9th save. John Roush has 7 saves on the staff. Former closer in Texas, Frank Francisco. Strike one on McCutchen. He was at the plate last inning against Frazier.
Pirates usually win these close ones. We showed that early on there, but excellent record, 1-run ball games, low scoring games. We've run out of time.
Got to do it right now. Francisco has walked 11 in 22 innings. Walker on deck. And Overbay. Fly ball hit pretty well to right. Patterson back with some room. Thames, that is. Eric Thames.
Well, I've got to believe that one was out of here last night, don't you think?
I do. Yep.
We didn't see any of that type of stuff last night. Everything that was hit well to the outfield just carried over the fence. This one I thought had a good chance. Just didn't have enough steam.
Toward the wall, sending Thames back. Patterson is in left. Now Walker with one away in the 9th. Francisco has also given up 4 home runs in 22 innings. Walker didn't want to, but did. One ball, one strike on Neil Walker. Struck out twice against the starter Brandon Morrow, who would go to 4-4. Mahalam would drop to 4-9. One ball, 2 strikes on Walker. Pirates have 1 win this season when trailing after 8 innings. Stays 2-2. Lefties are hitting .345 against Frank Francisco. He's got another left-handed hitter on deck.
I'm surprised by that. He's got a pretty good changeup.
Righty's batting just .156.
Changeup.
He is 8 for 11 in save situations this season. Suffered his third blown save against the White Sox May the 28th. Stays 3-2 on Walker. Pirates went scoreless through 4. Picked up their run in the 5th. The base hit by Cedeno. Rajai Davis tied it. Thames tied it in the 6th, and Rajai Davis scored on the double by Escobar. In the 7th inning, a 1-out double by Davis. Escobar doubled him home to give these Blue Jays the 2-1 lead. Eric Thames' first career home run off Paul Mahalem. A rare dinger by a left-handed batter off Mahalem. He's singing that rally song.
The rally cap on.
Yep. And bounced to first. Pirates are down to their last out. And it's Lyle Overbay. In case you missed it around the majors, Cardinals released their former all-star closer Ryan Franklin. Was dreadful this season. Johnny Damon collecting career hit 2654, ties him with Ted Williams for 71st on the all-time list. Josh Johnson undergoes an MRI on that right shoulder. No structural damage. The Cubs released Doug Davis. 1-7, a 6.50 ERA. Lyle Overbay.
Change up again. With that pitch, you should be able to handle lefties a lot better than those numbers you were telling us about. It just doesn't make any sense why lefties have been wearing him out. It's not a bad pitch at all to go with that better than average fastball that he possesses.
Overbay 1 for 6 lifetime against Frank Francisco. Ball, 1 strike pitch. 2-1. And now even on Lyle Overbay.
Outside on the corner.
2-2 on the former Blue Jay. Talked about his big home run last year here at Rogers Center, the walk-off September 25th over Baltimore. Stays alive.
All the fans thought he swung and missed this one here. The big roar. There's that change up. Forkball style.
Did he go?
No way.
As the catcher Molina was following the ball along the turf, he was asking for the appeal. Bill Welke said no. So 3-2. And the Pirates have life. 2-out walk. Brings up Matt Diaz. No left-hand hitters available to the Pirates.
I kind of thought maybe they had one.
Josh Harrison will pinch run for Overbay.
Xavier might be all right when I saw him with that wrist taped up.
Xavier Paul scratched with tightness in the right hamstring. He was in the starting lineup. Obviously, he is not feeling well enough to pinch hit in this situation. Otherwise, you'd have to believe, with those numbers we talked about, that Clint Hurdle would go to a left-hand batter against Frank Francisco, who really dominates the right-hand hitters. Diaz 0 for 3 tonight. Strike one. Just in case. Runner goes from first, and it's fouled out of play. Harrison was motoring to second. 0-2 the count.
Absolute straight steal. He was focused on that bag. Still took a peek though. Takes time to look over your shoulder like that when you're just going for the steal.
Oh, 2 on Matt Diaz. Down a run. Just got a piece of it.
Stay alive.
A little Bee Gees action. Still 0-2 and 1-2.
Pretty good bat. Got a piece of that one. That was a tough pitch to lay off. A fastball at the top of the strike zone.
And bounce to short. Escobar will throw to first. And that is it. The Blue Jays even the series. Diaz bounces out to the shortstop.
After last night, this wasn't the game that I expected to see. A low-scoring, one-run affair. I was just getting 4 hits. But Moreau was tough. A lot of strikeouts for him. Paul again. How many times this year? Tough luck loser.
And tomorrow night will be the rubber match of the series. Toronto wins this one 2-1. Pirates post game is coming up next.